Tell me. Obie. Obie. Hungry? Oh, now you're not going to do it. Come here. Tell me. Hungry? Obie. Yeah? You hungry? How about you, Oski? You hungry too? No? Tell me again, Obie. You were just talking a whole lot. Obie. Obie. Yeah? That's my gook, buddy. Okay.
This is probably one of the hardest videos I'll ever make. Yesterday, one of my best friends and a family member, my Obie, passed away. He was anywhere between 14 to 16 years old. We don't know his exact age because he wasn't ours from the beginning. We first met Obie when his family moved into the house behind us. He didn't come at first. His family had adopted him from another family because the mom in that family became extremely allergic. So the family behind us took him in. And he became an inside-outside cat, mostly outside, which he should have never really been. But I don't want to be judgmental. He was part of our lives. He was a huge part of our lives. He spent so much time with us. When we first met him, it was in 2012. And Matthew was 3. Actually, it was before he was 3. He was 2. And Gigi was 4. And our neighbors, who we shared a driveway with, were out in the driveway. And Obie came out with them to talk to us. And this beautiful white cat with huge green eyes rubbed up against my ankles and the kids. And ever since then, we were in love with him. He was so funny and had so much character. He loved a good tussle with a raccoon. He used to guard the properties, make sure that the raccoons couldn't get to us. And unfortunately, he did catch his fair share of birds. He would come to all the family barbecues and cookouts. And we would make him and his sister Sunny a turkey burger or something like that, and we would feed them. And because his family wasn't feeding him correctly all the time and watering him and his sister, the kids and I and my sister, we would feed these guys. I actually have pictures of the kids feeding and watering him, but they are on my hard drive. But the kids used to do it most of the time, and they enjoyed it, and they'd visit with him before school. And whenever they would be outside playing, and all the neighborhood kids would come over, he would be all up in the mix with them because he loved the kids so much, all of them. And he didn't run. He would roll around in the sidewalk chalk. One time he turned himself blue and green. I came home from work to see this, and I'm like, why is the cat blue and green? And then I saw that the kids had been using sidewalk chalk. So when we moved out of that house, I talked to the neighbor, and she promised me that she would take better care of him. Well, unfortunately, that didn't happen. And a year into when we moved into our next house, which was in the same neighborhood, he was found going into yards and eating dog food a couple blocks away. So you know if a cat's doing that they're not being cared for properly. So one of my friends on that block started feeding him, looking after him. I arranged for a rescue to help me with the vet bills, and my fiance and I at the time, we went and we got him. Then he became ours, and that was in June of 2020. Isn't he just beautiful? And he was so grateful to be in the house. You can kind of tell by these pictures. He was very playful. That's the cat's toy box, one of them. he would knock it over. He loved to be at the table with us all the time. He wanted to be part of the meal. He was giving Gigi and Matthew kisses. So cute. And then we moved into the place that we're in now. He loved to lay on the windowsills. He loved to look out with his friends. He loved my Maine Coon, Daisy. Aw, he loved to just cuddle in bed. And he would always take care of us. Always. Especially me. He just, as many cats do, he just had this intuitive way about him. He knew when you were sick or when you were down. There was a time where I had a really bad stomach virus, and he did not leave my side for days, only to use the bathroom and eat and drink. And he would come right back, and he'd lay right next to me. And I'm trying not to get too emotional so I don't cry through this, but that was really special. And I'll forever be grateful that God blessed me with this creature. And that's my sister in Obie. See, I told you he liked to come to dinner. And he really did love my kids. I know all my cats have a special relationship with them too. We consider them family. We do. And they are. Oh, I know, big yawn, right, buddy? Mr. Personality there. And of course he loved to nap in sunny spots. And he could rock a bow tie. He's a dapper gentleman. And, you know, he was Mr. Santa Claus, so he had to help me wrap Christmas presents, getting kisses from his human brother, and cuddles from his human sister. Always cuddles. Aww. And if you notice, he's got that brown spot on his belly. Well, that was because he was forced in the summertime to lay on hot pavement when his owners wouldn't let him in. He actually looks like he's laughing here. Cuddles with Mama. And cuddles with Matt. He started to not do so well over the past couple months, so I knew I was on borrowed time. He had arthritis in his hips. This is his first bath when he came home to us. He had arthritis in his hips, and he wasn't getting around so well. We changed his diet because his stomach became very sensitive. And then in the past couple of days, he kind of lost his water wherever, and you know, he was actually sitting next to me on my couch, and it's a good thing I keep a blanket on my couch, and he urinated on me because he just lost control. And I turned on his heating pad for him. Yes, he had his own heating pad. The night before he passed away, I gave him a kiss. He ate a little bit before I went to bed. He didn't want to follow me in my room. And I let him go to sleep. And then I got up at about 4:30 in the morning. And Matt had said that he got up to drink and eat and go to the bathroom. But then he couldn't get back up on the couch. And he must have fallen. And that's where I found him, on the carpet. And he wasn't deceased yet. Matt's only 3 in this picture, to give you an idea. But he passed shortly after that, rather. I picked him up and put him in my bed, and I held him in my arms, and I told him how much we all loved him. And he went quietly. He was a once-in-a-lifetime cat, a special little soul. I will miss him forever. I will never forget him, and neither will the rest of our family. Rest in peace, my little man. Go fly with the butterfly.
You hungry? What's the matter? Obie, you waiting for dinner? Say hi. No? Okay. Obie, I'm cleaning the bathroom, dude. You're not gonna get any grub anytime soon. At least an hour, okay? Be a good boy.